Hello friends. Today we will talk something about the hidden soft skills required for communication. In this episode of Management from Heart. Communication, my friends. Communication is transfer of thought, transfer of my thinking process to a receiver. In organizations, mostly the receiver is the associates or the customers. When we talk about communication, it comes down to writing emails, making presentations, or attending phone calls, phone etiquettes. Communication is not writing emails. It's not about making phone calls. It's not about making presentations. It's about transferring your thought process to another mind. It's from one mind to another mind. Mr. Rakesh, he gave a beautiful presentation of 20 minutes with a wonderful backup of oratory data for making a sales presentation. On the other hand, Mr. Ashok, he gave a small one-page presentation, hardly 2 to 3 minutes, and Mr. Ashok backed the order. Surprising. Mr. Suresh, a CEO, he simply puts a small notice on a notice board that from tomorrow onwards, all our associates will devote 2 extra hours for the organization. And it is implemented. No words, no questions, no ifs, no buts. And it starts. On the other hand, Mr. Chakravarti, a CEO of another company, he has been trying hard for last 6 months to make his associates adhere to the normal office hours. My friends, people don't listen to what I speak. People listen to what I think, my intentions. I have to work hard and work real on my intentions, my thought process. It's only then that my thought process will get communicated to other people. One part of communication is to understand the receiver. Do I really understand my receivers? But this part we have heard many times, that a good communicator should understand his receivers. But the second part, which is more critical and more important, has the communicator allowed the receivers to understand him, to understand his thinking, to understand his intentions, to understand his personality? From your experiences also, you know that all those executives, owners, entrepreneurs, or great personalities who are able to communicate well are the people who make the receivers feel that they understand them. They are open to their receivers. They allow them to understand their personality, to know their personalities, to really be friends. Any organization that invests in developing relationships will definitely reap great benefits by cutting down on the loss of energy, the loss of effort, and financial losses too, which accrue due to miscommunication, bad communication, and at times no communication at all. We all must have observed that after a cross-functional training program, suddenly the level of miscommunication or the level of bad communication or no communication in the organization reduces. This is because The cross-functional training has given a time for people to develop relationships, to develop friendships. Whenever I talk about communication, I'm always reminded of a scene from a movie. There's a Don. He's sitting in his chamber with 20-25 of his associates. And people are coming to him with different complaints, different requests, and he is trying to sort them. It's the Don's Darbar, the Don's court. Then suddenly a gentleman, obviously from the looks a businessman, comes in an expensive car with the briefcase in his hand, obviously full of currency, and he starts shouting blah blah about some inspector who is harassing his family. This Don coolly listens to what this gentleman has to say and then simply gives a glance to one of his associates. The associate, 6 feet 5 inch, well built. He gets up, goes to the gentleman, coolly takes the briefcase from him, hands over to another associate, guides the gentleman towards a room, and then there is a cry. Silence. No words. No music. This associate comes out of the room. Some blood stains on his face. He wipes them. Coolly goes to his seat and sits down. No words exchanged. No emails. No phone calls. No presentations. But communication is complete. It is the association with the associates that made the communication without words possible. To sum up, my friends, there are two hidden soft skills which are required for effective communication. The first is to develop my thought process, my thinking, my intentions very clearly, very thoroughly, and very piously, whatever the intentions are. But I have to drench myself in those intentions, in that thought process. Then only I can be a good communicator. I can communicate those intentions well. In addition to understanding my receivers, I have to ensure that my receivers understand me. They understand my personality. They understand my intentions. Communication, my friends, is the onus, is the responsibility, is the accountability of the communicator. The communicator has to work hard on the communication to make the communication successful. That's all for the day.